17 for the month. 4 fire alarms, 2 motor vehicle accidents, 4 grass fires, 1 CO call, 5 smoke investigations, 1 structure fire, which was assist to Cecil number 1, and 1 of those grass fires were assist to South Fayette. And we had our own event that Sean talked about, our grass fire we had last week, which was pretty bad out on Swihart Road. We needed a lot of mutual aid, and it was touchy for a while, but it worked out.
That was the day there was grass fires all across the area. There were some high winds making it difficult, wasn't there?
Yes.
Very high.
Yes, it was ridiculous that people would even entertain the thought of
Of trying to
starting
do
a
it.
fire.
Started burning.
Something trying to burn on a high windy dry day. That's crazy.
It is. And we have some training going on in first weekend in May. We have 2 firefighters going to Dayton, Ohio. It's the biggest crash course in the country. They cut up like 200 cars a day. I myself attended an EMS conference at Seven Springs 2 weeks ago. And in June, we have firefighters going to Slippery Rock for training. And actually, we have training at our fire station this evening as I speak. There's a class going on. And I just want to make a comment. I was shocked when I seen it on the agenda. And I really urge you to consider the lights, the flashing lights, and the road markings would make us really, really happy. Thank you.
Thank you, Tony.
I'd like to object to that ruling that you had, because as far as I'm concerned, it wasn't on the agenda. I don't know how you can vote on that if it wasn't on the agenda to give us a chance to talk to that.
Well, you
I
can
think
bring
you're
up
out of order.
anything, Mike. You can
I
bring
think
up
you
anything.
are. I think that's wrong. And it's truly political on your end. I think that's out of parliament rules.
Okay, Ed, you're up.
I disagree. I'm going to rule it. I think that's out of order. I don't think you can do that. It wasn't on the agenda. No one had a chance to talk about it.
John?
That was not an ordinance that was passed, it was a resolution.
I understand, but there's no, what's the penalty? There's no discussion on what the penalty is going to be, how it's going to affect any taxpayer or any volunteer. It's shooting from the hip. It's inappropriate.
Well, I understand it in terms of the specifics. I think was it discipline, it would be disciplined, or someone who violates that would be
It's
disciplined?
up to the Board of Supervisors to
And
decide.
one thing, Mike, at least in,
But they're not an employee. How can that happen? Are you you're gonna risk exposure to the township for something of this nature?
Excuses. John, I didn't know what it was. That's the reason I voted
3 years.
against it. I wasn't for or against it, I just didn't.
It'd be 3 years till it comes before that, anyway, so you don't have to worry about it.
yeah.
I think it's inappropriate.
Well, one
Everybody
thing,
agree? Is it
Yeah,
inappropriate?
one thing I will tell you, obviously it was open for public comment, Mike, because I know
It was not.
people were just commenting back.
But it wasn't on the agenda, John, and you know that.
It's not on the agenda, I can read
Well,
it.
how-
But there are things that come up on the
So we're just
agenda.
gonna make the rules as we fly?
Motions come up throughout the meeting. Now, I don't disagree in terms of, the specificity, but I think the argument is, and I'm trying to catch it on the fly here too, but the township employees or people volunteering on behalf of the township, that we don't sanction any political candidate.
But that's not
Yes,
sanctioned. That's not true. It wasn't, that function was not purely for promoting any political activity. So I disagree. It wasn't for that purpose.
Okay.
So how can you extrapolate that to your ruling?
And
As long as you made a motion, I don't think it was done properly.
political activities have taken place, can I finish please? Political activities have taken place in our township at the fall festivals for 20 years. Political candidates get a booth and they come and they hawk their wares for why they should be win an election or not.
That's not my argument. My argument is, the way this was done, I think, is improper.
Thank you, Mike. Let's move on. Ed, you're up next.
Okay, good evening, everybody. This is our report for the month of March 1st through the 31st. During the month of March, we answered 21 calls, 9 in our own territory, 5 assists to the medics, 1 vehicle accident, 2 power lines down, 1 fire alarm activation. We answered 6 calls to assist Cecil 1, 2 fire alarm activations, 3 brush fires, 1 commercial structure fire. We answered 5 calls to assist Cecil number 2, 2 fire alarms, 2 brush fires, and an accident. And we went out of the township on 1 occasion to McDonald to assist them at a structure fire. 21 calls for the month. We have 70 calls to the year so far. Average men per call 6.8 for the month of March. Man hours expended in service calls 129.8 hours. Very busy month. So far for the first quarter of the year, we are at a pretty high rate. If we continue in this way, we'll have 280 calls for the year, which is our most ever. Reminder for a fundraising event, we have our steak dinner on April 27th from noon to 5 at the fire station. And echoing Tony and Chief Bukovinsky, we would ask all residents to use caution with open burning, maybe even put it on a township website as a reminder for those people who check the website. Several brush fires that were needless and caused a lot of grief and aggravation for a lot of people. So that's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you, Ed. Okay, now we'll get to announcements. The Cecil Township Municipal and Tax Offices will be closed on Friday, April 18, 2014, in service of the Easter holiday. The annual Cecil Township Easter egg hunt will be on Saturday, April 12, 2014, at 1 p.m. in Cecil Park. The Cecil Township Historical Society will meet Wednesday, April 23, 2014, at 6 p.m. in the meeting room of the Township Building. A public meeting will be held on Thursday, April 24th, 2014 at 7 p.m. in the Hills Henderson Civic Association Center, 399 Georgetown Road, Lawrence, for the residents of School Hill Road interested in the availability of natural gas for household use. Okay.
One more announcement.
Go ahead, Frank.
The Burks race will be the 27th of April, and everybody's welcome. It's open to the public. And it's been a good event for the trail and the township.
So what time is that again, Frank?
It starts in the morning, usually about 9 o'clock, and runs till about 2 o'clock.
Okay,
And
thank you.
over 13 years, they raised $250,000 for the trail. And also paid for the pavilion more than what the rental is on the pavilion.
Okay, under the first resolution here, number 061-2014, consider the partial release of funds related to installation of public and private improvements for the Reserve at South Point project from $2,473,948.87 to $1,484,566.70, a total reduction of $989,382.17 is recommended by the township engineer. Can you elaborate, Dan?
Sure. The reserve development is the apartment development over on Klinger Road. That's a rather large development. They've done a tremendous amount of site work there. In addition, they have paved Reserve Drive, at least put down the binder course on that road. So we're comfortable that this amount that's been requested for release is in order tonight and would recommend.
Okay, do I have a motion?
I'll make that motion.
And is there a second?
I'll second it.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? No. No opposed, so passed. Resolution 62-2014. Consider the installation of one fire hydrant situated on DuPauli Road and Coleman Road. Location has been reviewed by the township and the Pennsylvania American Water Company. Bruce, did you have something to do with this location of this here?
This was part of the water line extension. The PA Water had started up on DePauli, and working with the water company and at the recommendation of also the fire department, an additional hydrant needed to be located up there. I've already discussed this matter with Chief Probert as well.
Do I have a motion?
Make that motion.
I have a question. I don't know what the location of it is, but now that we're going to be doing work on Coleman Road, I want to make sure that that's not going to be something else that we're going to have to move.
I don't believe so. This was an extension of the water line actually on DePauli. So the hydrant is actually located on DePauli.
How far on DePauli Road from?
It's fine, it's way back off of Coleman Road. It should be no issue.
Yeah, but even
It would be the
It's
actual.
on the top of the hill of the Molly.
Okay, so that's okay. Okay, I'll second the motion.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? So moved. Okay, resolution number 63-2014. Discuss Coleman Road.